Number 1. Rosary Pea. Rosary pea is a small climbing plant with bright red and black seeds so visually striking that craftsmen have used them in jewelry and rosary beads for centuries. That same beauty has quietly killed people. The seeds contain abrin, a protein 75 times more deadly than ricin, which is itself classified as a bioweapon. Just 3 micrograms, invisible to the naked eye, is enough to kill a healthy adult. Abrin enters cells and permanently destroys ribosomes, the structures responsible for protein production. Without proteins, cells lose the ability to repair themselves. Organs begin failing one by one over 4 days. Severe vomiting, internal bleeding, and complete organ failure follow. Jewelers have died from nothing more than accidentally pricking a finger while drilling through the seeds. No antidote exists. What makes rosary pea uniquely dangerous is not just its potency, it is how completely ordinary it looks. Number 2. Castor bean plant. Castor bean plant is sold in garden centers worldwide as an ornamental species prized for its dramatic foliage. Most buyers have no idea what lives inside its seed pods. The seeds contain ricin, a toxin so lethal the World Health Organization classifies it as a grade B biochemical threat. In 1978, Soviet intelligence agents weaponized it to assassinate Bulgarian journalist Georgy Markov in London, injecting a microscopic ricin pellet into his leg through a modified umbrella tip. He was dead within 3 days. Ricin dismantles ribosomes inside cells, cutting off protein synthesis entirely. The liver fails first, then the kidneys, then internal bleeding begins. A single chewed seed carries enough ricin to kill an adult. Swallowing it whole is comparatively safer, but once the hard coating breaks, the process cannot be reversed. There is no antidote. Number 3. Deadly Nightshade. Deadly Nightshade produces berries visually indistinguishable from blueberries. Same size, same deep color, same glossy surface. That resemblance has made it one of the most historically lethal plants in the world. The plant contains atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine, 3 compounds that simultaneously attack the nervous system. They block the receptors controlling heart rate, breathing, sweating, and digestion. Pupils dilate painfully wide. Body temperature surges. The heart races uncontrollably. Then hallucinations begin, vivid and terrifying. In severe cases, the parasympathetic nervous system shuts down completely and breathing stops. Just 10 to 20 berries can kill a healthy adult. What history adds is stranger still. Women in 15th century Italy used diluted nightshade extract as eye drops to enlarge their pupils as a beauty trend, unknowingly causing permanent vision damage. Number 4. Monkshood, wolfsbane. Monkshood has carried the title Queen of Poisons for over 2,000 years. Ancient Greeks applied it to arrowheads. Romans administered it in executions. The active compound is aconitine. Just 2 milligrams of pure extract, or roughly 1 gram of the raw plant, is sufficient to kill an adult within 2 to 6 hours. Aconitine forces sodium channels in heart tissue and nerve cells to remain permanently open, flooding them with unregulated electrical signals. The body's signaling system overloads completely. Numbness and tingling spread outward from the face through the limbs. The heart shifts into dangerous, irregular rhythms. Blood pressure collapses. Breathing becomes increasingly labored until it stops. Even traditional Chinese medicine, which has processed aconitine roots therapeutically across centuries, continues to produce fatalities when detoxification is improperly performed. The margin between medicinal and lethal has never been wide. Number 5. Angel's Trumpet. Angel's trumpet is dangerous in 3 distinct ways: eating it, touching it, and in concentrated environments, even smelling it. Every part contains tropane alkaloids, scopolamine, hyoscyamine, and atropine, which cross into the brain rapidly and disrupt cognition at a fundamental level. Within 1 hour, hallucinations begin, not mild or abstract ones, but terrifying, fully realistic visions impossible to distinguish from reality. Heart rate becomes uncontrollable. Victims frequently become violent without any awareness of their own behavior. Most distinctively, the plant causes total amnesia. People act erratically for hours and retain no memory of it afterward. In Colombia and Ecuador, criminals have extracted scopolamine from Angel's trumpet to incapacitate victims, who hand over valuables and empty bank accounts with no memory the following day. In excessive exposure, respiratory failure follows. There is no specific antidote. Number 6. Oleander. Oleander is one of the most widely planted ornamental shrubs on the planet. Lining highways across southern Europe, filling public gardens across the Middle East, decorating properties throughout warm climates globally. It is also toxic in every single part: leaves, flowers, stems, roots, and the smoke produced when its wood is burned. Cardiac glycosides it contains, primarily oleandrin and narin, force excess calcium into heart muscle cells, triggering dangerous irregular contractions. What distinguishes oleander is its range of indirect exposure routes that have proven fatal. People have died from skewering food over campfires using oleander branches. Smoke alone transferred sufficient toxin. Others have been poisoned through honey collected by bees from its flowers. Pliny the Elder documented its dangers in 77 CE. Nearly 2,000 years later, it remains one of the most commonly planted garden shrubs in the world, and one of the least warned about. Number 7. Foxglove. Foxglove is a tall garden plant with dramatic bell-shaped flowers in purple, pink, and white that make it a popular feature in landscapes worldwide. It is also the natural source of digitoxin, the same compound used pharmaceutically to treat heart failure, but in the uncontrolled doses found in the raw plant capable of causing it. The therapeutic window is extraordinarily narrow. Ingesting foxglove produces nausea, vomiting, and confusion, followed by xanthopsia, a visual distortion where the entire field of vision shifts to yellow and green. Art historians have proposed that Van Gogh experienced this during his yellow period from digitoxin-based seizure medication. As poisoning advances, the heart develops lethal arrhythmias. Without intervention, cardiac arrest follows. Foxglove continues to be sold in nurseries worldwide without a single warning label, a plant that medicine borrows from carefully and nature deploys without restraint. Number 8. Gympie Gympie. Gympie Gympie is a rainforest plant native to Australia that requires no ingestion and no prolonged contact to cause serious harm. A single momentary touch is sufficient. The entire surface is covered in microscopic hollow hairs that function as biological injection needles, delivering a neurotoxin related to cone snail venom on contact. The immediate effect is intense, spreading burning. Within hours, that sensation escalates into something survivors describe as having a limb repeatedly crushed in a closing door. What makes Gympie Gympie medically remarkable is a condition called allodynia it induces afterward. Days or weeks later, ordinary stimuli like water or temperature change reactivate the complete pain response. Dried specimens over a decade old retain full stinging capability. Researchers are currently investigating whether its toxin structure could inform new pain management treatments, a plant that causes the very thing science is working to eliminate. Number 9. Dumb cane. Dumb cane is one of the most common houseplants in the world, found in living rooms, offices, hotel lobbies, and hospital waiting areas on every continent. Selected for its attractive foliage and tolerance for low light, almost none of its owners understand what it contains. The plant is saturated with microscopic calcium oxalate crystals shaped like needles. When any part is bitten or chewed, those crystals discharge into the soft tissue of the mouth and throat, producing immediate and intense burning. The tongue and throat begin swelling rapidly. In serious cases, swelling becomes severe enough to obstruct the airway completely, which is the precise origin of the plant's name. Victims lose the ability to speak. Children and pets face the highest risk because the plant appears entirely benign and sits within reach. No antidote exists. A plant trusted in spaces meant for healing, carrying a hazard almost no one mentions. Number 10. Rhododendron. Rhododendron and azalea are among the best-selling ornamental plants in the global gardening industry, producing vivid masses of spring color that have made them permanent fixtures in gardens and public landscapes worldwide. Every part contains granotoxins, compounds that interfere with the sodium channels governing heart rhythm and nerve transmission. The most historically documented danger, however, does not come from direct contact. It comes from honey. When bees collect nectar from rhododendron flowers, the granotoxins transfer into the honey completely intact. Consuming it causes a sharp drop in heart rate, severely reduced blood pressure, dizziness, and hallucinations. In 401 BC, Greek soldiers under Xenophon consumed mad honey during a campaign through Turkey. They became violently ill, unable to stand, delirious, incapacitated. The opposing army met almost no resistance. Mad honey poisoning cases are still documented today in Turkey and Nepal. A flowering plant so familiar it decorates front yards, quietly producing one of history's strangest poisons.